We had Friday Night Smackdown tonight, but was it any good? No. We started off with an announcement that Drew McIntyre was, I guess, Nick Aldis was trying to get a hold of him to reinstate him into the roster, to reinstate him into Monday or Friday Night SmackDown. And Drew apparently had been dodging Nick Aldis's calls, and then Nick Aldis got some sort of communication from Drew's lawyer saying that it was an unsafe work environment. I hate the storyline. I hate it so much. Let's move on. We then get Cody Rhodes making his way to the ring, or we then get Cody Rhodes. He runs into Nick Aldis in the back. He hears all of this, makes his way to the ring, talks about Drew McIntyre, talks about the unsafe work environment claim from Drew McIntyre. I really hate this storyline from Drew. It's just let's just get away from this. Let's bring him back. Let's have him just Claymore everyone instead. I really don't like this. Thankfully, Cody Rhodes then gets interrupted by Obafemi, and Obafemi's promo was absolutely amazing. Obafemi's like, I don't know why you're worrying about him. I don't know why you're worrying about Drew when tomorrow you have a match against the NXT champion, myself. Obafemi is an absolute monster. He is absolutely amazing. That promo was so good for someone's first promo after being called up from the NXT roster. It's not an official call up because he's obviously the NXT champion, but it was absolutely amazing. I don't see a world in where Obafemi can beat Cody Rhodes. I just don't. I don't think it's a title match. And maybe this is where Drew comes back and maybe he claymores Cody. That way they protect both these guys. But there's no world where Obafemi beats Drew McIntyre clean. So I am looking forward to this match, although I'm pretty sure it's going to end in absolute shenanigans. So very fun promo by Obafemi. Let's get away from this Drew McIntyre story. I really hate this whole, oh, it's an unsafe work environment. Drew McIntyre is a badass, and he should just be treated like one on this roster. He should just be claymoring everyone without regard. Moving on. Hey, since you're here, might as well subscribe, right? We then get Ilya Dragunov facing off against Tomasso Ciampa for that U.S. title. They're really trying to get this whole jackass thing over. Match was great. Match got nearly an hour. So fun match. Both of these guys can obviously go. So it was really great to see this match going on. A lot of shenanigans, obviously, on ringside by Candice LeRae and by Johnny Gargano, as expected. Ilya Dragunov still pulls off the win, right? Kind of getting the Sami Zayn treatment against all odds. He's still going to win type of thing. Fine. Don't hate it. I kind of did want Johnny Gargano to win just because it's been the whole story, right? He's been chasing the U.S. title. Now he loses even though he had everything on his side. So I don't know what they do with Johnny Gargano after this. I guess just put him back on the tag team scene. Whatever. After the match, though, Johnny Gargano obviously comes into the ring. Him and Tomasso both start attacking Ilya Dragunov. And then for some reason, he gets saved. Ilya Dragunov gets saved by Carmelo Hayes, which to me didn't make much sense. But I guess because Carmelo's trying to go after the U.S. title, and, hey guys, Melo's a good guy now. So he went and he saved the U.S. champion. This will probably, the next step is probably a tag team match between DIY and Melo and Ilya Dragunov. And then we'll probably get a multi-man match for that U.S. title because we have Tommaso Ciampa in the mix. We have Carmelo Hayes in the mix. We have Tama Tonga. I get them confused all the time. Tama Tonga in the mix now. 4-man ladder match for the U.S. title. I wouldn't hate it, especially with these names involved. Let's do it, WWE. But yeah, this match ended in that, so it's obviously leading towards something else. I liked it. Like I said, it was a pretty long match. Kind of worth watching. It was a lot of fun to watch because, obviously, both of these guys can go, but definitely ends in shenanigans, even though Ilya still gets the win, even with shenanigans. We get a in-ring promo by the Wyatt Six, which I don't think we've seen in a very long time. Like, they do their whole entrance, which is absolutely amazing. The Wyatts, I think Wyatts and Penta. One day I'll make a video about this. But the Wyatts and Penta have the two best entrances in wrestling. Hot take. Those are the two best entrances in wrestling. I don't know what you think. I don't know who you think has a better entrance, but you're wrong. Plain and simple, you're wrong. Anyway, the Wyatts come in all together. They have their entrance. They get into the middle of the ring. They bring in Uncle Howdy's rocking chair. So Howdy sits in his rocking chair and cuts an amazing promo on Solo Sikoa. Right, basically tells him, "We have something you want." They lay out the tag team championships in the ring, and he's basically like, "If you want them, come get them." And then Solo Sikoa's music hits. So Solo Sikoa's music hits. Everybody gets up. The lights come up, right? Because Wyatts, they speak with the lights low, right? That's what we do with the Wyatts. We speak with the lights low. We set the mood for the Wyatts. So the lights come up. Solo Sikoa's music hits. Everybody gets up and like waits for the Wyatts. And I thought it was very smart because everyone was looking towards the entrance. Eric Rowan was looking behind everyone, right? He was kind of standing behind everyone, waiting for them to blindside him from the back. Really smart move here. Really smart, I don't know, babyface move. I love that little detail that I saw. But it ended up that Solo Sikoa was actually just going to show up in the Titantron, and he cut a promo on the Wyatts where he basically called them all a joke. He said they all looked ridiculous. He said that they were going after those tag team titles, and basically said the whole run thing that they do. And I like it. I like that Solo's like, I don't know if mocking's the right word or paying homage is the right thing, but he's doing a little bit of that Wyatt thing to him. And I think he said the same thing again, right? Which is like, you don't deserve to have that Wyatt name. So while still feuding with this faction that was basically born from Bray Wyatt, he's still paying his respects to Bray Wyatt, being like, you guys aren't good enough to carry that Wyatt name. And I like that because Wyatt's the man. And you all know we love Bray Wyatt on this channel. This is a Bray Wyatt channel. You guys know this. So yeah, this will probably cultivate into a tag team title match. I honestly think that if that match does happen, the MFTs can't afford to lose. So I don't know if this will be a New Year's thing when SmackDown goes to 3 hours, which, by the way, SmackDown going to 3 hours, terrible idea. But this will probably be a tag team title match. And I think the MFT should win it, unfortunately. As much as I love the Wyatts, I think it would hurt the MFTs to lose more than it would hurt the Wyatts to lose. So that's going to happen at some point. We then get Alexa Bliss against Lash Legend. Fun match, obviously shenanigans also. Like every one of these matches kind of had some sort of shenanigans, right? But Lash Legend came out with Nia Jax, and then Alexa Bliss obviously came out with Charlotte Flair. So a lot of back and forth outside of the ring there. Also, there was a moment where Lash Legend took out Charlotte Flair. I absolutely want to see that match, right? 100% I want to see that match. Before this, there was a moment backstage where Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss were talking about the tag team titles. Rhea Ripley's in the building because she's part of the main event tonight. She runs into Alexa and Charlotte. She's like, those titles are mine and Io. Setting up this multi-team women's tag match. Yes, 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 yes. Let's have it be a TLC match. Let's have it be a ladder match. I don't care. Let's have it be something amazing because all of these women can go and they absolutely deserve an amazing tag team match. So I'm all in on this. Anyway, back to the match. It was Alexa Bliss against Lash Legend. Lash Legend gets the win. Great. I love that in her singles debut on Friday Night Smackdown, they gave her the win against, honestly, one of SmackDown's biggest superstars, one of WWE's biggest women's superstars. So gets the win. Not much more to say than that. It was a great match, obviously, right? But I mean, I think it was pretty much set that Lash was going to win that match. Again, it was her debut. We want to set them up as the big bads. I think it made the most sense. I think it was the right call. So Lash Legend with the win over Alexa Bliss. They then walk around the back, kind of just being, all cool and like, oh, look at us. And then I think they also run into Rhea Ripley at one point. Again, talking about those tag team titles. So we're setting this up, guys. Let's do this. But moving on. At some point tonight, we get an interview with Javon Evans, right? I forget her name, but she's asking him about how he feels about his match on Saturday night for those tag team titles against AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. He then gets interrupted by The Miz. The Miz is like, oh, my match should be the biggest match on John Cena's retirement show, but I'm not in it, blah, blah, blah. Setting up a match between Javon Evans and The Miz because Javon got rudely interrupted. He calls The Miz Unk. The Miz is like, I am not your Unc. Don't call me Unc. And then he calls him nephew. It was a fun little promo backstage, fun little back and forth backstage. But we then get the match between Javon Evans and The Miz. Man, Javon Evans is hot take, right? Obviously, we all know this, but Javon Evans is absolutely a superstar, man. Like, they've put a lot of confidence into this guy already, right? Like, he's had multiple matches on Triple A. He's had a match against Gunther as part of the Last Time Is Now tournament. Now having him be a part of John Cena's retirement show, right? Like, they're obviously all in on Javon Evans, just like we're all in on Javon Evans. This guy can go. This guy's absolutely amazing, and he's so young and so good. You can't be that young and that good. So he does. He beats the Miz with the OG cutter. 1, 2, 3, Javon Evans gets the momentum going into Saturday night. Again, no surprise there. We all knew he would win because he has that match tomorrow night against AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. So, again, I don't see any scenario in which AJ Styles and Dragon Lee lose that match, but it's going to be a fun match regardless because everyone in this match can go. So, fun match, fun match. Can't wait for Saturday night's main event. A lot of really cool NXT stars just getting their shot in what's going to be the most viewed Saturday night's main event so far. So I'm excited for it. Before we get to the main event, I guess there was supposed to be a match between Michin and Jade Cargill. Michin's making her way to the ring, kind of talking smack to Jade. I guess she's making her entrance for the match. She then gets attacked by Jade as she's coming in. Jade is in street clothes. She's not even pretending like she's wrestling tonight. So she's in street clothes. She attacks Michin, throws her against the wall, leaves her flat out in the back. Then she comes into the ring. She looks at the camera. She's like, "Play my music." Comes into the ring, starts cutting this promo, talks about how she's that bitch. That's her thing now. Is she's that bitch because we even saw WrestleMania promo with Jade, and when she talks about she's that bitch. So can't wait to have a Jade Cargill T-shirt that says "I'm that bitch." Whatever, fun, whatever, fine. Michin then comes into the ring, holding her ribs. She makes her way down to the ring, holding her ribs because that's what good guys do. She's carrying a kendo stick. Jade Cargill kind of comes down from the ring to meet her on the ramp. Michin then, starts attacking her with the kendo stick, and just, she does actually kind of lay her out. She smacks her around a couple times, lays Jade Cargill out. She then starts to take out a table for some stupid reason, and that's when Jade gets up and attacks Michin, lays Michin out again, gets into the ring, finishes her promo because that's what Jade Cargill does, and walks away. So no match tonight. I don't know what their plan is with Jade Cargill. She does also have a moment backstage where she runs into mommy. She runs into Rhea Ripley, and I know I said this when she ran into Charlotte Flair, but yes, give us Rhea Ripley. Yes, I want that. Give us a triple threat match, honestly. Give us a triple threat match between Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, and Jade Cargill, and I would be a happy boy. Give me that match, WWE. I want it. Anyway, Jade Cargill is that bitch, and she's a badass, and she proved it tonight. So it's main event time, and like I mentioned, Rhea Ripley is here tonight. She's here for a fight. It is Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley against Aleister Black and Zelina Vega in this mixed tag team match. Match was fine. Match was fun. I was a little weird because it's the main event. You have Rhea Ripley on your show, and they got 10 minutes. They got less than 10 minutes. And the match was obviously a little rushed. There was some botches there from Zelina at the end, but whatever. That stuff happens. They're professionals. I'm sure you mess up at work all the time. No one gives you any crap about it. So there was a couple of botches by Zelina. Not a huge deal. I was concerned that she hurt herself during one of those though. She tried to reverse. I don't know what it was, but she tried to reverse something from Rhea Ripley into a code red, I think, and she landed gnarly on her neck, and I was honestly like, ooh, that does not look good. Thankfully, Zelina was good. She recovered. She stood up. She just gave Rhea Ripley a normal code red. Nothing happened. There was this moment where Aleister Black and Rhea Ripley kind of had a face-to-face because he pulled Rhea Ripley off of Zelina as she was pinning her. They had a face-to-face. Rhea Ripley headbutts Aleister Black. Fun because, as we know, Rhea Ripley's husband, yeah, Buddy Matthews, was part of House of Black with Aleister Black. So kind of a little bit of a if you know, you know kind of moment that happened there. A lot of fun though. So that whole thing happened. Zelina Vega is still in the ring. Rhea Ripley comes in, tries to give her a power bomb, sets her up for a power bomb. Aleister Black then runs into the ring, but he gets intercepted by Damian Priest. So they kind of give him double Razor's Edge power bombs. Boom. Aleister Black then gets kind of kicked out of the ring. Rhea Ripley picks Zelina Vega back up, gives her a riptide. 1, 2, 3. Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest are winners. I don't know what Aleister Black does from here. He lost his first major feud against Damian Priest. I think they actually ended up being like 2-2, maybe 2-1. I forget how many matches they had because none of them were memorable. None of them were memorable, and that's the biggest problem with this whole feud, is that I don't care. I did not care who won this feud. I don't care about Damian Priest. I don't care about Aleister Black. And this feud didn't make me care about either of them anymore. So I don't know where they go from here. I heard murmurs of a push for Aleister Black, but I don't care. I honestly don't care. Match was fine. Match was fun. Of course, Rhea Ripley gets the pin. That's the thing. It's like this is the last match in your multi-match feud, and neither of you get the pin. Rhea Ripley gets the pin. Zelina Vega was even a part of this feud, but she didn't get the last pin. Rhea Ripley got the pin. And I get it, Rhea Ripley's a star, but if I were part of this feud, I wouldn't think this solved anything. So it's kind of like nothing happened. So there you have it. That's what happened tonight during Friday Night Smackdown. I wouldn't say it was good. I'd lean closer to bad. It wasn't awful, but I wouldn't say it was good. And we're moving to a 3-hour Friday Night Smackdown in the beginning of the year. I don't know if that's a permanent thing or if that's another like temporary thing that they're doing again, kind of like they did. I think it was this year they started doing that. I don't love it. There's definitely a lot of things they need to fix with Friday Night Smackdown in order for a 3-hour Smackdown to work. We'll probably have a video about that at some point. But I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you excited for a 3-hour Smackdown? I can't see anyone who is. I'm definitely not. But anyway, since you made it this far, make sure to drop a like. Let me know in the comments what you thought about tonight's Friday Night Smackdown. Let me know in the comments how excited you are about this. Last time is now. John Cena's final match at Saturday night's main event. Saturday night's main event. There's going to be a lot of grown men crying. This guy might be one of them. I don't know. We'll see. I wasn't a huge John Cena guy because he kind of had his like huge rise during the time that I wasn't really involved in wrestling, where I wasn't really watching wrestling week to week. Like I'd pop in here and there and like, oh yeah, John Cena's champion, still cool. Oh, John Cena's about to go up against this faction called the Nexus. Oh, he beat all of them. That's fine. So yeah, I don't know, not like a huge John Cena guy, but I can appreciate everything he's done for, wrestling, which we all love. I can appreciate 17-time world champion, right? Some controversial things he said here and there, right? But also I can appreciate the stuff he's done for Make-A-Wish and for all these sick kids. So definitely a guy that'll be missed in the industry. So it'll be really fun to watch his final match tonight. And I hope he gets the payoff that he deserves. And I hope that he gets sent off in a way that he deserves to be sent off, because that guy's a legend and you're a legend too. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe, do all the things. And until next time, peace, nerds.